So once again, there's a couple of different ways that you can play an F minor. The easiest way is to place your first finger across the first, second, and third strings on the first fret. Hold all of those down as firmly as you can, and then use your third finger on the fourth string, third fret. The fifth and sixth strings aren't played, and usually what I'd suggest is using your thumb to wrap around so you could slightly mute those strings so they don't play. But for new players, you may find that difficult because you won't have enough strength to hold down all three of those first three strings there. So you may have to just avoid playing them and use your thumb around the back of the neck to give you some extra leverage while you're playing. And that's how the chord should sound. One thing that I do sometimes is use the second finger here to just touch that fifth and sixth string, so that if I'm playing chords like that, it'll mute those two strings. Now, the better way of playing this chord is to use a bar chord, and again, it's going to be a little bit difficult for beginners because you're having to hold down all six strings right at the first fret, which is probably the hardest place to hold down all the six strings. So you hold all those down like that. Use your second finger on the fifth string, third fret. I'm sorry, that's your third finger on the fifth string, third fret, and then your pinky on the fourth string, third fret, and you play all six strings. Now what I've done here is I've written a song that basically uses the F minor all the way through it, but I've also changed it up a little bit so that it just makes the song sound a little bit more interesting. I tried it with just an F minor and it was a little boring sounding, so I've added these notes as well. probably noticed quite a few times while I was playing that I had to switch from that to that because my fingers were getting really sore. So feel free to do the same kind of thing yourself. And another thing that you notice I'll do too sometimes is I'll just play one chord, let it ring on for a second, mute everything, and then just let my fingers rest for a couple of seconds and then go back and play a chord again and do that. So if your fingers start getting tired while you're playing this song, feel free to let up for a few seconds to give your hand a rest and then go back to playing again.